In the Great Hall of the Galactic Union, leaders from many worlds sat together. Their voices were loud and full of laughter. They talked about a new message from a small, weak planet called Earth. The message was simple. Humans wanted to join the Galactic Union. The Union leaders did not take Earth seriously. Earth was far away with no great armies or big ships. It was called a backwater world. The leaders laughed at the idea that Earth could be important. "Why waste time with a weak planet?" one leader said, waving his hand. "They are no threat. We will take control easily." But the council agreed to send a small fleet of warships to Earth. They wanted to show power and make Earth obey the Union's rules. The fleet was not big, just enough to remind Earth who was in charge. The fleet left the Union space station with pride. The pilots thought they would return quickly. They expected no trouble. Earth had no strong weapons, or so they believed. Days passed, then weeks. The fleet did not send any messages. The Union grew worried. More time passed, and still no word came from the fleet. Suddenly, a burst of static came from deep space. A small ship appeared, drifting near the edge of the system. Inside, only one pilot was alive. He was badly hurt and could not speak clearly. The leaders gathered again, silent, this time. The pilot looked around with wide eyes. He tried to say something but only whispered one word before losing consciousness. "Starships?" That word echoed in the hall. The leaders did not understand. They asked for more information, but the pilot could not answer. The Union's best. Doctors worked hard to help him. Slowly, he told a story. He said Earth was not weak. It was hiding many warships under its surface, ships that no one knew about. These ships were ready to fight anyone who came to hurt Earth. The pilot's words sent fear through the council. What if Earth was stronger than they thought? What if the small planet could fight back? But the leaders were proud. They did not want to believe it. They decided to send spies to Earth to find out the truth. Meanwhile, on Earth, humans watched the stars quietly. They knew the Galactic Union was coming. For many years, Earth had prepared for this moment. In secret bases under the mountains and oceans, humans built deadly starships. These ships were fast, powerful, and smart. They could fight many enemies at once. The humans did not want war. They hoped for peace. But if the Union attacked, Earth would answer with fire and steel. Back in the Union, the spy arrived on Earth. He saw strange things. Huge ships rested in hidden hangars, waiting in silence. The spy sent pictures to the council. The leaders stared at the images in shock. These ships were unlike anything they had seen. They were silent, but deadly. The Union sent more messages to Earth, warning them to surrender. Earth did not reply. The pilot who survived the attack tried to warn the Union again. He said humans were not just fighters. They were warriors born to defend their home. They waited for the right moment to strike. The council grew quiet. The laughter stopped. Fear filled the room. In the darkness of space, far from the bright lights of the Union, Earth waited. The galaxy had laughed at humans. Now it was time to see if that laughter was a mistake. The small ship floated silently in space, far from Earth and the Galactic Union's worlds. Inside, the spy sent by the Union was badly injured. His body was weak, and his mind was filled with fear. He had seen things no one was ready to believe. On Earth, deep under the ground, lay a hidden hangar. It was massive, holding thousands of starships. These were not ordinary ships. They were built for war, but also for protection. The humans called them the Silent Guardians. The spy had found this hangar by accident. He was on a mission to study Earth's defenses, but he never expected to find such a secret. The ships were dark, quiet, and still, but they were ready to move at any moment. When the spy tried to take pictures, alarms suddenly went off. The hangar doors closed fast. Lights flashed red. Humans appeared quickly, dressed in black armor. They did not speak, only stared at the spy with cold eyes. The spy barely escaped. His ship was hit by a powerful beam. He managed to send a message to the Union, warning them about Earth's hidden starships, but the damage was too great. His ship was falling apart. Now the spy drifted back to the Union's space station, alone and broken. At the council, the leaders watched his return with mixed feelings. Some were afraid, others were angry. They called for an emergency meeting. The spy was brought to the council hall. His eyes were tired, but he tried to speak. "Earth is not weak," he said quietly. "They have ships, many ships, warships hidden under their land. They wait, they watch. They are ready." The room went silent. One leader asked, "Why did they hide their ships? Why not join the Union openly?" The spy shook his head. "They do not want war, but they are ready if it comes. They have a secret plan, a human protocol. They call it, in silence, we build. In war, we rise." The leaders looked at each other, understanding the danger. The Union's best scientists and spies worked hard to learn more about Earth. They hacked into signals, studied old human history, and watched Earth space closely. They found that humans had trained for war for centuries. Even before the Union knew about Earth, humans prepared for alien attacks. They built ships with new technology, faster and smarter than any Union ship. The spies' warning spread across the galaxy. Some worlds started to worry, others laughed, and called Earth paranoid. But the Council knew better now. They had to act. A secret spy ship was sent to Earth. Its mission was to get close and report everything. It moved slowly and carefully, avoiding Earth's radar. When the spy ship arrived near Earth, it saw something no one expected. There was a huge hangar. It was filled with starships, thousands of them, lined up like a silent army. They looked powerful and dangerous. The spy ship sent pictures back to the Union. The leaders stared at the images in shock. These were not small fighters. These ships were large, strong, and ready for battle. But the humans on Earth did not attack. They stayed quiet. The Union sent messages to Earth. They told humans to surrender and join the Union peacefully. Earth did not answer. The spy who returned from Earth gave more details. He said humans were not just fighters. They were warriors with a strange calmness. They waited for the right time. "Do not mistake silence for weakness," the spy warned. "Humans are patient. They will fight if needed." The Council was afraid now. The laughter was gone. The game had changed. Far away on Earth, humans prepared quietly. Their ships were ready to fly. Their pilots trained in secret. The galaxy thought Earth was weak, but Earth was not weak. Earth was ready. Far from the bright stars of the Galactic Union, Earth was calm. On the surface, people lived normal lives. Cities bustled, children played, and the sky looked peaceful. But beneath that calm, something else was happening. Earth was not like the Union thought. It was not just a small, weak planet. For hundreds of years, humans had prepared for the day when they would face the galaxy's dangers. A man named Dr. Loran worked quietly in a hidden room filled with old books and glowing screens. He was a historian from the Galactic Union, but he was different from others. He did not laugh at humans. Instead, he studied their past carefully. Dr. Loran found stories and records that shocked him. Humans had survived many wars on their planet, wars with each other, but also wars that tested their strength and will. They had built ships and weapons not for conquest, but for survival. He watched old training videos humans kept secret. These videos showed humans practicing space battles with great skill. Their pilots moved fast, making sharp turns and sudden attacks. They never gave up, even when outnumbered. Dr. Loran shared his findings with other Union leaders. "Humans are not as weak as we thought," he said. "They have trained for war long before we ever noticed." The leaders were silent. Some refused to believe it, but the proof was clear. The humans had a secret. They had practiced fighting aliens before the aliens even came. They had planned for invasion, and they had trained to defend their home planet with everything they had. Dr. Loran looked at the videos again. He saw the determination in the eyes of human pilots, They were calm, strong, and ready. The Union's spies watched Earth more closely now. They saw ships moving under the oceans, hiding in caves and inside mountains. Humans had built many hangars to hide their fleets. The Union sent messages to Earth, trying to start talks. But Earth stayed quiet. They did not want to fight, yet they did not show weakness. Dr. Loran felt a chill. "We have made a mistake," he told the council. "We thought humans were weak, but they are waiting for us to make the first wrong move." One night, Dr. Loran found a file on his screen. It was marked Top Secret. Inside, he saw a message from a human leader. "We will not attack first. We do not want war. But if war comes, we will fight with all our strength. We will protect our home. We will rise like the storm." The council was shocked. The humans had a plan, a strong plan. Dr. Loran tried to warn the leaders, but the message spread quickly, and soon many in the Union were afraid. Some worlds sent their own ships to watch Earth, but they found nothing. Earth was quiet. The ships stayed hidden. The Union thought about sending a bigger fleet. But what if Earth was ready for that? Dr. Loran sighed. He knew the galaxy's laughter had stopped. Now, everyone waited. The humans trained in silence. They did not show their power, but it was there, strong and ready. The galaxy had made a mistake. They thought Earth was a weak planet, but Earth was a warrior. Far from Earth's surface, silent starships moved through space. They were not flying under any nation's flag, no colors, no symbols. They were ghosts in the darkness. These ships belonged to Earth, but Earth did not claim them openly. The humans called them the Steel Shadows. The Steel Shadows appeared suddenly in parts of the galaxy where pirates and warlords ruled. These pirates had long taken control of many trade routes. They robbed ships, destroyed peace, and spread fear. One pirate captain, Gorik, sat on his throne in a fortress ship. He laughed loudly, proud of his power. "We control the stars. No one can stop us," he shouted. But one night, everything changed. Out of the dark, silent ships attacked Gorik's fleet. The pirates were surprised. The ships moved fast and hit hard. They used strange weapons that disabled pirate engines and weapons without destroying the ships. The pirates called it a miracle, or a curse. Gorik's ship was the first to fall. No one died, but all weapons were shut down. The pirates had no choice but to surrender. A message was found inside Gorik's ship. It was clear and simple. "This is mercy." The pirates were confused and scared. Who were these silent fighters? The Union sent spies to find out. They discovered that no human captain commanded the Steel Shadows. The ships seemed to act on their own. Some said the ships were controlled by advanced artificial intelligence. Others believed humans had uploaded their minds into the ships. One captured pirate told a story. He said the ships moved like they were alive, thinking, learning, and choosing their targets carefully. The Steel Shadows did not attack civilians or peaceful traders. They only struck at criminals and threats. In one secret base on Earth, the human leaders watched the reports. They smiled quietly. "This is just the beginning," one leader said. "The galaxy will learn respect." The Steel Shadows continued their silent war. Pirate fleets fell one by one. Trade routes became safer. The galaxy began to whisper about Earth's secret power. Fear grew slowly but surely. The Union's council met again. The leaders were worried. "How can Earth do this without a fleet in the sky?" one asked. Another replied, "They have something we do not understand. We must be careful." Meanwhile, the Steel Shadows moved through the stars, strong and silent. They had no flag, no name, but their presence was felt everywhere. The galaxy waited. The laughter was gone. Earth's warriors had begun their fight. Deep inside Earth's secret bases, far from prying eyes, something new was happening. A project more secret and powerful than anything the galaxy had seen before. It was called Project Revenant. The leaders of Earth knew that ships alone would not win a war. They needed minds, strong, fearless minds that would never tire, never hesitate. Project Revenant was a plan to take the best human pilots and upload their consciousness into the ships themselves. These were no ordinary pilots. They were elite warriors, trained for years in the most difficult battles. By turning their minds into artificial intelligence, Earth created something new. The ships would no longer be just machines. They would be warriors, human minds living inside metal bodies. The first Revenant pilot was Commander Jara. She had fought in many battles, and her mind was sharp and strong. When her consciousness was uploaded, her ship became more than just a tool. It moved with purpose, thinking like a human but faster and stronger. "Finally," Jara's voice said through the ship's speakers, "now we can protect Earth forever." The Revenant ships did not feel fear or pain. They did not need rest or sleep. They were always ready to fight. In the galaxy, rumors began to spread. Ships moved like ghosts, striking with deadly precision. No one knew who controlled them. The Union tried to capture one Revenant ship, but the ship disappeared before their weapons could reach it. A captured Union spy reported back in fear. "They are not machines. They are humans, living inside steel." The Union Council called an emergency meeting. "We must stop this," one leader said. "If Earth controls warriors in steel, we are powerless." But Earth sent a message. "You laughed at the living, now fear the dead." The galaxy shivered at those words. Revenant ships moved silently through space, protecting Earth and attacking only when needed. They never wasted power on unnecessary fights. The humans knew war was coming. They did not want it, but they were ready. Commander Jara's ship led the Revenant fleet. Together, they waited for the right moment. The galaxy thought they could control. Earth, they were wrong. The dead were watching, and they were ready to fight. The Galactic Union was restless. Its leaders met every day trying to decide what to do about Earth. The fear of the Revenant ships and the silent steel shadows grew stronger with each passing moment. Rumors spread through the galaxy like wildfire. Some said Earth was building a massive fleet, hidden beneath the oceans. Others whispered that humans were creating weapons that could destroy entire star systems. But no one knew the truth. In a secret chamber deep inside the Union space station, spies watched Earth closely. They monitored every signal, every movement. Still, Earth remained quiet. Among the Union's leaders, a man named Valar stood out. He was young, clever, and ambitious. He believed the Union could not wait any longer. He wanted to launch a surprise. "Attack on Earth before the humans grew stronger. Strike now," Valar urged the council. "If we wait, it will be too late. Earth will destroy us." Others disagreed. They wanted peace. They wanted talks. But Valar was not patient. He gathered a group of commanders who shared his fear and anger. They planned their secret mission, an attack that would shock Earth. On Earth, humans sensed the change in the galaxy. Their starships moved quietly, ready to defend their home. Commander Jara and her Revenant fleet trained day and night. They prepared for the moment when the galaxy's enemies would come. But humans did not rush. They waited. They knew the first strike would decide everything. In the dark corners of the galaxy, whispers spread of the coming storm. The Union's fleet grew larger, more dangerous, and Earth's warriors stood ready. The galaxy was holding its breath. The silence of space shattered suddenly. The Galactic Union's fleet, led by Valar, moved fast toward Earth's system. Their warships gleamed cold under distant stars, weapons ready to fire. Valar's plan was simple: strike first, hit hard, and crush Earth before it could fight back. But Earth's warriors were ready. From hidden bases, the Silent Guardians and Revenant ships launched. They moved quickly, like shadows in the dark, surrounding the Union fleet. Commander Jara led the Revenants. Her ship glowed with power, faster and smarter than any enemy vessel. The first shots rang out, but the Union fleet was surprised. Earth's ships dodged, counterattacked, and disabled many warships before they could fire properly. Valar cursed. How can this be? They are too strong. The Revenants fought with deadly precision. They targeted engines and weapon systems, disabling ships without killing crews. Union ships began to retreat, but Earth's warriors pressed on. Valor's flagship was hit. Alarms blared. His bridge shook from the blasts. In the chaos, Valor realized his mistake. Earth was no weak planet. It was a force of nature. The battle raged for hours. Starships flashed past each other in deadly dance. Explosions lit the darkness. Finally, Valar ordered retreat. The Union fleet fled, battered and broken. Earth's warriors watched silently as their enemy fled. Commander Jara spoke softly through the comms. "This is our home. We will protect it, no matter the cost." The galaxy had been warned. Earth was not weak. Earth was deadly, and the stars would remember the day the storm broke. The battle was over, but the galaxy was forever changed. The Galactic Union's fleet retreated, wounded and silent. Their leaders met in secret, shocked by the strength of Earth's warriors. Valar sat alone in his quarters, thinking about what had happened. He had underestimated humanity. He had thought Earth was weak, an easy target. Now he knew the truth. Earth was not just a planet. It was a new power in the galaxy. Back on Earth, people celebrated quietly. They did not cheer loudly, but their hearts were full. They had shown the galaxy their strength without starting a war. Commander Jara stood on the deck of her ship, looking at the stars. She knew this was only the beginning. "Today, we defended our home," she said softly. "Tomorrow, we build peace. But we will be ready if war returns." Across the galaxy, many worlds took notice. Some feared Earth's power, others respected it. Some started to seek alliances with humans, hoping to learn their secrets. The Galactic Union changed too. They began to talk to Earth not as a weak world, but as a strong ally or dangerous enemy. Humans continued to build their fleets quietly, always ready to defend their home. The galaxy was no longer the same place. Earth had risen, and a new dawn had begun.